run a double wing this time, a double wing. They bring the wing band back in motion, and getting in there to hit the quarterback before he could hand off, a loss of about 2. We get a look at Paul Filling. Boy, he was on him. He nearly took the handoff. They ran out of a double wing, brought the wing on the left side back against the green, but Nelson unable to get the ball to him in time. Row up over the ball. They line up again in that double wing. Now the double man come back in motion and mix up again. They go to the far side to Jeff Allen. He's going to be hit down at the 15. Making the defensive play that time would be Dan Rogness. First one to get to him. It'll be a third down and about 11 yards to go. First period, 10:40 remaining in the first period. We're scoreless. Boy, I tell you, that defensive front three of Hillcrest have been pouring in so far. Now they go to the I formation, flank on the right side. Nelson, a quarterback, down in underneath. Nelson, there's that reverse going back the other way to Jeff Hallen. Hallen to the outside. He's going to get to the 25, 26-yard line. Good run that time as they brought their wing or their flanker back around, and Jeff Hallen just went for the first down. It looks like Gary are going to try to get outside with everything. Everything so far has been geared to get to the outside. All right, ready to go as Rowe comes up over the ball. 1st and 10, the ball at the 26 in the territory of Gary. Double wing. And coming back again there, they pitch back, trying to get outside this time with John Hallen. He's at the 30, the 35, and is hit out of bounds at the 35. Over there to pop him out of bounds is Nick Mundus. They say forward progress to the 36, and I'll tell you, we said it a moment ago, they're running everything outside, and they did it again here. Those corners got to come up and pop on those. All right, they're going to check for measurement on this. In the ball game comes Tom Heimdahl. And Meyer also in the ball game for Hillcrest. Cavalier out of there having trouble with his helmet. All right, now we're ready. They're out of a deuce in the backfield, really running multiple. They have a flank on the right side. Nelson, the quarterback, down underneath. Nelson hands off, a little counter back the other way to John Hallen, and Hallen is going to be hit down for a loss. Well, maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Yes, right there. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Filling over there, I believe, on the defensive play.
Bang. Mark Bang.
And Bang also over on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Boy, I'll tell you, they've run a double wing. They've run the I. They have run a deuce in the backfield. And every play has been geared to the outside. All right, up over the ball again as Nelson sets up in behind Rowe. This time they run out of an I with a flank on the left side. They counter coming back this way to Nick Gunderson. Gunderson breaks a couple and goes to the 35-yard line in the territory of Hillcrest. Gunderson slow and getting up. Mundus making the popper on him. And once again, a lot of action in that backfield and then cutting to the outside. And we have a timeout on the field right now for an injury. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
If you've been considering the purchase of a new tractor this year, buy a new 40 to 275 horsepower John Deere tractor from Ebersviller Implement in Fergus Falls. No finance charges will accrue until March 1st, 1982. This same money-saving offer applies to all used tractors and new John Deere and used implements sold with the tractor. A limited time offer, so stop in at Ebersviller Implement.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Well, we're back again. It was Nick Gunderson. He's walking off under his own power, but giving a little favor to that right knee. All right, it'll be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go. The ball nuzzles up to the 35 in the territory of the Comets. Out of the I. Flank comes on the right side. And right up the middle this time with the ball goes John Helen, and Helen is going to get the first down as he gets to the 31. Tippy Stendrud there. Along with Stendrud, we get a look at Dan Rogness. 1st and 10. Gary just grinding it out. They're taking it right to him. All right, up over the ball. They're beating Hillcrest right off the ball right now. That's the first play they've run on the inside. Run out of a double wing again. The only setback is John Hallen. And there they go back the other way as they counter to Jeff Hallen. And he's going to be hit down as he gets to the 30-yard line. Boy, they fake that big fullback right up the middle, and then they counter to one of their flankers coming back. Let's give him 2 on the play, just inside the 30. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. We're in the first period, 8 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Rowe comes up over the ball. They set up in the double wing again. Lone setback again is John Hallen. Back to throw. They screen it out on the side this time to Jeff Hallen, and he's going to be hit down for no gain. The guy who really made that play stop was Bob Wold. He slowed him up, and then he got a lot of help as Bang and Stendrud came over to put the kibosh on him. That time, they just had their flank man turn very quickly. Nelson dropped back quickly, hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but everyone in the red shirts was right there to whack him down. 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Up over the ball, 3 on the defense again. Double wing T. This time they put Jeff Hallen in motion. Pitch out to John Hallen. Turns the corner. He's at the 25. We got a flag on a play. We're going to have a clip. I think we're looking at a clip. There it is, a preliminary signal. And that occurred somewhere around the 27-yard line. And as far as we've seen it so far, that's the only thing that's going to stop the Gary Bulldogs, because they have really taken it to the Comets here in the first 4.5 minutes of this first period. They'll bring it back. It'll be a 3rd down. The ball will come all the way out now to the 38-yard line, where it'll be a 3rd down and about 17 yards to go. All right, let's see if Nelson will put something up in the sky. They come on the right side now with John Hallen. The lone setback is Jeff Hallen. Back to throw is Nelson. Nelson looking, sets up a screen right up the middle. And good defensive play preventing him from going any place. As Mark Bang came up, he was the only guy within about 15 yards, and he hit Gunderson down at the 37. Boy, if Gunderson got away from him, he would have gotten that first down. He'd have been down inside that 20. In punt formation, Nelson back. Mike Nelson, 150-pound senior. Snap is good. There's a flag on the play, and the kick will go out of bounds. Didn't go downfield too far. It'll go out of bounds at about the 15, and we'll see now farther upfield to 17. We would have to guess on a procedure call. There it is. A legal procedure. Well, what do? You give him more room to kick? I believe they're going to have him kick it over. All right, there it is. The ball will come back to the 39 in the territory of Gary. Remember, this is an 80-yard football field, 9-man football. Nelson back in punt formation. The snap is a good one. He gets a high kick away. This one's going to go out of bounds, well upfield, and Hillcrest certainly will pick up as a result of that one, as the ball will come up to the 24-yard line. Gary very intent to kick the ball away from the punt receiver. And that time it cost him as the punt went out of bounds at the 24 in the territory of Hillcrest. they'll come offensively. Their first look at it. Now let's watch Gary on the defense. Gary go even on the defense. I formation. Power goes right side in the backfield for Hillcrest. There's a handoff to Cavalier. Cavalier fights his way through. He's going to get up to the 31-yard line. Over there putting a popper on him. We get a look at Nick Gunderson, the first one to get to him. It'll be a second down and about 3 yards to go. Running at quarterback is Brent Martinson, a 160 junior. They line up in the I with the power coming left side this time. Or is that a wishbone? Wishbone. It looked like cockeyed. It's a wishbone. All right, they come back to Wold. Wold's not going to get anything as he came off the left side, and making the defensive play on him was John Hallen. The first time they lined up, it looked a little cockeyed. We'll get another look at it, and it's a very tight wishbone. That'll be third down and still nearly the 3 yards to go. All right, up over the ball. Leading them out is Filling. Line up again in that wishbone. The short man there's Mark Bang. There's a handoff to Cavalier. Cavalier to the outside. He's going to get the first down as he gets to the 35-yard line. The guy who really tripped him up over there was Jeff Hallen, but he wasn't in on the final tackle. But he had him going down. All right, 1st and 10, Hillcrest. Coming in with a play is Todd Heimdahl. Good old Scanahovian. All right. A lot of time back in that huddle. Still taking the time. Well, there's equipment repair on the other side, so they'll hold it up for that. Now we're ready to go. Could be a very interesting football game. All right, they're back in the huddle again. And the official looking at his watch. Now they break out up over the ball. This time they go deuce in the backfield, flank on the left side. Martinson back to throw. Right straight down the field. His man is there, wide open. Touchdown. Just a straight down. And he hit Dave Bang. And that was a 45-yard aerial. Boy, he threw him a strike, and all Bangs had to do is run under it. "45 yards, and that came with 4:16 remaining here in the first period. And Hillcrest are on the board. Beautiful pass by Martinson. All right, ready to go. They'll go for 2. Martinson down underneath, barks out the signals. Martinson fits back to Cavalier. Cavalier turns inside. He's not going to get it. And with the score, Hillcrest 6, Gary nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Bostwick's buys better so you can. That's not just a slogan, it's a fact. Shop the brand name Big Value Fashion Collection for the whole family at Bostwick's in the Westbridge Mall, Fergus Falls.
I bought a membership at the YMCA today.
It's about time. When do you start exercising?
It isn't that kind of membership. It's a membership where you help support the Y's work with kids, with seniors, with the community. They call it a sustaining membership because it helps sustain the Y.
Didn't you go to the Y when you were a kid?
I sure did. Somebody helped me, and now I'm passing along a little to another kid.
Sometimes you do have a great idea.
At Steenerson Lumber in Fergus Falls, you can be assured of always receiving the highest value products possible, including quality Ace paints and hardware, Star Mark cabinets, Armstrong and Owens Corning ceilings, Skill and Black & Decker power tools, also Anderson and Karatco windows. Steenerson Lumber also has complete plumbing and electrical departments, as well as full lines of lumber and paneling. Whatever your building or remodeling needs, ask the experienced personnel at Steenerson Lumber. your Ace Hardware dealer, across from the fire department on East Washington Avenue in Fergus Falls.
Well, the kickoff went to the goal line. Jeff Hallen picked it up there and nearly broke it for the touchdown as he was hit in the territory of Hillcrest at the Hillcrest 38. 1st and 10 at that point for the Bulldogs, and don't ever think that 6 points going to hold up in this one. All right, they come out now in that double wing again. Nelson barks out the signals. They put Jeff Hallen in motion. They pitch back now to John Hallen. Goes to the outside. He's going to be hit down as he picked up about a yard, and that's it. Cavalier is over there, also Wold over there. I don't believe I've ever seen a club run as much outside. There's been only one play run inside so far in this ball game by Gary. Roll up over the ball. Out of a double wing T again. Lone setback is John Hallen, the fullback. There's a pitch going out now to Nick Gunderson, and Gunderson will be hit down as he gets to the 31. Making the play there would be John Jorud. Had him right around the ankles, and Jorud had help from Dan Rogness. We see a couple of the Spartans down below us here. They'll be at Vermilion tomorrow. All right, the Bulldogs up over the ball. They line up in an I this time. Flank comes right. The flank man is Jeff Hallen. He goes back the other way, and he slips and falls. He's going to be very close to the first downs. He got about to the 27. Oh, I tell you that Jeff Hallen is quick. John Hallen, the bull-type runner, and Gunderson quick. It's a first down. Taking a lot of time back in that huddle. Break out over the ball. They line up in a double wing T again. Nick Gunderson, a deep man. Back to throw is Nelson. Nelson looks, fires it up. Intercepted by Cavalier as they played off the zone. Cavalier to the near side. And he's going to be hit down at the 25. Tackle made on the play by Avery Surjard. About a 15-yard return on that pass interception. Good zone coverage that time by Hillcrest. Hillcrest with the ball. They have a first down at their 25. They lead 6-0. We have 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in the opening period. Out of that wishbone again. Martinson, the quarterback, looks at the setbacks, even on the defense. And there's Martinson rolling to the far side, and he's going to get about a yard, and that's it. Over there putting the stop on him was Jeff Hallen. He hit the ball on the hip and went back against the grain, but nobody fooled. It'll be a second down. They'll give him 1. Second down and 9. Agassiz Valley 9-man football. North and South Division knocking heads right here. Up over the ball. The short man is Bang. That's Mark Bang, and we're going to have a procedure this time called against John Jorud as he got mixed up on the count, charged offside. They'll step off 5, bring the ball back to the 21. It'll be second down and about 14. Boy, I'll tell you, the only score so far in the ball game, a beautiful 45-yard aerial from Martinson to Dave Bang. All right, ready to go. They line up in that even defense again. They like that 4. They're stacking on the 2 tackles. Now they shift around. Martinson back to throw again. Screens it out on the side. The Cavalier dropped it. Had a couple of blockers out on front on the near side. We get a look at Jorud. Also filling out there to block on it. And also coming up there was Tippy Stendrud. So he had a lot of blockers out there in the screen, but couldn't find a handle on the ball. It'll be a third down now. And still a lot of real estate to cover for the first. They're on to 21. Got to get to the 35. Look for Martinson up in the sky once again. Martinson back to throw. They square out on the side. Pass complete as he hits Dave Bang up at about the 32-yard line. It'll not be enough for the first down. Good coverage that time. Coming over was Nick Gunderson to put the stop on it. And I'll tell you, Hillcrest's going to have a real passing attack because Bangs can catch the ball and Martinson certainly can throw it. Mark Meyer coming in, back in punt formation is Dan Rognus, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to be coming. All right, there's a snap. High snap goes over his head. He goes back, can't pick it up. He's being shagged back there, and finally throws a pass, completed to Wold at the 15-yard line. But the Bulldogs with great field position as a snap sailed over the head of the intended punter. They say he got out to the 17, 18-yard line with it. He thought he'd gone out of bounds, but they said no. Boy, even a dangerous pass to throw from there. He just turned and cranked it up there. And Wold was right there. And there's the end of the first period with the score. Hillcrest 6, Gary nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Know what real convenience is? Instant cash. Northwestern Bank's popular time-saving way to handle a good share of your banking transactions any hour of any day, holidays included. Super convenient instant cash that lets you make deposits to your savings or checking account, transfer funds from either one to the other, even make loan payments with no waiting in line. And yes, you can use it to get cash, too, up to $100 a day. Instant cash, total convenience. Available at Northwestern Bank of Fergus Falls at no charge. Get the details and apply for your instant cash card today. Member FDIC.
Okay, listen up. School's about to begin, and that means that you've got to look sharp and feel sharp in the classroom and on the field. Athletic Attic is where you'll find the best selection of sports clothes and equipment in town for men and women. So hustle on down to Athletic Attic today and tell them Coach sent ya.
Athletic footwear, sports clothing, and equipment at the Athletic Attic in the West Ridge Mall.
Athletic Attic has the very best in sports for you.
All right, on the first play of the second period, Gunderson taking that little pitch from Nelson, went to the outside, got a 2nd now and 5 as they're down around the 12-yard line. Nelson barks out signals. This time he brings Jeff Helen in motion, cuts to the outside, jukes but can't get by Kavli at the 10-yard line, and Kavli takes him down there. Tried to give him a little hip fake, but Kavli wouldn't go for it. And he's down now at the 10-yard line, so it'll be a third down and about 2.5 to go for the first down. And, of course, they're in 4-down territory right here. Taking a lot of time back in that huddle. Ooh, that could cost them. Now they break out. Run out of an I formation. The deep man in that I formation is Jerome Serjord. Back to throw. Nelson lays it out. Incomplete, nobody near it. Holy catch, you got a 3rd down and 2, and you're gaining 3-4 yards on every play, and then you crank it. Well, I guess those things are good. If you make it look like they're going to try a field goal here, as coming in with a T is Nick Gunderson. Pass was intended out on the far side for Scott Wentz, but well overthrown. Nelson will hold. Wentz will try to kick. Remember, Nelson is the quarterback. We might have a fake. They put the ball down. The kick is up. It is good. That would be a 20 or a 15, 25-yard field goal by Wentz. And that makes it 6-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more football.
When you need hydraulic hoses in a hurry, do you know where to get them? National Bushing and Parts in Fergus Falls makes 1/4 inch to 1 1/4 hydraulic hose assemblies while you wait. They also make power steering hoses. When a high-pressure hose suddenly bursts, you need a new one right away. There's no waiting at National Bushing. No chasing around or waiting for shipments. You'll be back in business fast with custom-made hydraulic hose and power steering hose assemblies featuring weatherhead collo crimp hose assembly work. National Bushing and Parts, 118 Washington Avenue East in Fergus Falls.
Well, we're back again. Kicking the ball away will be Wentz. He just got that dying swan that floated through the uprights. It was not kicked well, but it had the necessary distance and height on it to get it through. All right, there's Wentz's kick. Bounces. Picked off right up the middle. Trying to get some running room. They spin and turn as coming up with the ball is Mark Bang, and he's going to be hit down as he gets over the 30 to the 34-yard line. Mike Hagee, a 200-pound senior there, putting the stop on him. Hillcrest have good field position at their 34-yard line. They lead in the ball game 6-3. Up over the ball. Out of the wishbone. Martinson down underneath. Martinson long count this time. Martinson hands off Wold. Wold comes right up the middle. He's going to get to the 40, but we got a flag on the play. And I think we're going to see a clip called on Mark Bang. Holding on Mark Bang. Well, I didn't think it was too bad. He had a half Nelson and a chicken wing on him. Couldn't pin him, but it cost him. They step it off. The ball will come back at the 26-yard line. It'll be a first down and a Greyhound bus trip for the first down. They got to get up to the 37-yard line, territory of Gary, 6-3. Hillcrest leading Gary, 9-man football. Out of the wishbone, Martinson down underneath. Barks him out, wedges forward, going to get a flag on the play, and I think we might see a procedure. And I'll tell you, they got a good block on the down, or on the official. Give credit to Paul Filing. He got a good crossbody block that knocked the official out of the joint. The penalty will again go against Hillcrest, and this has to be a procedure one. I don't think there's any doubt. Did not get set that time and just came going. 10 minutes remaining in the first half, 6-3. Hillcrest leading the Bulldogs of Gary in a big Agassiz Valley Conference football game. There it is. Procedure penalty. That'll bring it back to the 21, and right now Hillcrest's offense is going in reverse. Oh, I tell you, the best play Hillcrest have had, they just sent Bangs right straight down, and Martinson laid one in there for a 45-yard aerial touchdown. They deuce it in the backfield. Flank comes to the right side. Martinson counters out to Cavley. Cavley right up the middle. Cavley fights his way up to the 30-yard line, just over the 30. There to put the stop on him was Scott Wentz. Now they move it back to the other side of the 30. It'll be a second down and about 15 yards to go. Gary have gone basically with that four-man front. They stack on that, and then they split up with those linebackers and make it very tough. All right, there's a pitch back to Wold. Wold turns the corner. Wold is going to be hit down. We got another flag on the play. 2 flags on the play. Looks like a Chinese laundry. Well, let's see if we get a signal on this one. Oh, there's the block below the knees again, or the waist, whichever way you've gone. Offsetting penalties, they'll play it over again. Did you get the sign on the one for against Gary? He gave us a beautiful sign on the the low down block, but anyway, they'll replay it with 9:15 remaining here in the first half. Hillcrest leading Gary, 9-man football, 6-3. All right, they line up in the wishbone again. Martinson, the quarterback. Boy, I'll tell you, Gary really stunt on the defense. They're back to throw. Martinson fires it out on the side. Complete. Oh, and he had a lot of room to run, but he was tight roping the line and went out of bounds, Hemdahl, at about the 34-yard line. That gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. I tell you, coming up there trying to make the interception was Jeff Hallen. He'd have had green grass to run on had he made the interception. I tell you, Hemdahl, if he'd have been a couple feet inside, would have had a lot of green grass going the other way. So that's the game of ifs, ands, or buts. Down about 10.5. All right, out of an eye in the backfield, flank on the left side. Nelson down underneath, barks him out. Nelson countered back, Gunderson to the outside. Gunderson at the 35, the 30, inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Good run by Gunderson. And the guy who tripped him up over on the far side is still down for Hillcrest. It'll be enough for the first down. Mundus is down. Well, he started that at about the 39, so he gets about 15 yards on the play. Got to help Mark Levang out once in a while. He's keeping the stats here for Hillcrest, along with Alan Ossie, who saw his volleyball team open up with a win and then suffered 2 straight defeats. But they'll be back, Alan says. All right, ready to go. Mundus is coming off. Coming in to replace him will be Brent Martinson. All right, 1st and 10. The Bulldogs now come out with a deuce in the backfield, flank right. Nelson, the quarterback, hands off the big fullback. That's John Hallen, puts his head down, goes inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Right straight up the big tummy of Tippy Stendrud that time. Put some cleat marks on his belly button. 3:48 remaining in the first half. Hillcrest leading it 14-3. The Bulldogs come up over the ball. They line up in an I formation with a flank around on the left side. Gunderson is the flank man. This has been their big run right here. There's the handoff this time to Jeff Allen. He's not going to get much as he tried to go off the right side. Stendrud there, also filling there. And Cavalier coming up. So it'll be a 3rd down now and about 7.5 to go for the first down. We're down to 3:13 remaining in the first half. Hillcrest Academy Comets leading the Bulldogs of Gary in Agassiz Valley Conference football play 14-3. Out of the eye, flank right, even on the defense. There's a counter coming back. Hallen gets away from one, but then is tripped up. Looked like Wold throwing a block on him as he got to about the 22-yard line. Jeff Hallen coming from that flanker back. And now Hillcrest starting to take care of that just a little bit. It'll be a 4th down. Big play right here. Coach is signifying on the side, look out for the aerial. All right. There, they went to shotgun that time. They're going to run that screen again. There's a pass off to Hallen. Hallen's going to be hit down by Wold for no gain. John Hallen. Wold just penetrated the screen blockers and knocked him down at the line of scrimmage. Hillcrest will take over. They lead 14-3, 2:17 to go in the first half. Reminder, of course, tonight, the new sports director at KBRF, Craig Olson, will be bringing you the Fergus Litchfield game. We'll be up at Vermilion at Ely tomorrow and bring you the Fergus Falls Community College game against Ely, or Vermilion at Ely. That should be a real batter. High, ready to go, down underneath. Martinson barks him out. Martinson long count. Martinson hands off Cavley. Cavley darts over the 25 and down to about the 29-yard line. Defensively coming up to make the stop would be Nick Gunderson. Gary, of course, playing in the Northern Division of the Agassiz Valley. Hillcrest in the Southern Division, but this game does count in the standings. We see Brad Erickson of the Rothsay Tigers over here scouting this one for he and Coach Mark Hesse. Out of the wishbone again. Martinson, hands off. Wold to the outside. Wold at the 30, 35, 40. Down the sideline. He's going to go all the way. Wold with a 50-yard run. Wold just broke to the outside, beat everyone, a 50-yard run. That came at 1:11, and Hillcrest in front now 20-3. I tell you, he pulled away from Jeff Hallen like Hallen had his feet stuck in concrete. He really moved down that sideline. All right, they're going to go for two. They come out of the wishbone. Martinson, the quarterback, barks out the signals. Martinson down the line, pitches back Cavley. Cavley is going to be hit down on a great defensive play by Scott Wentz, short of the goal line. With a score, Hillcrest 20, Gary 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
If you need a good, clean, reliable late model used car or truck, you need Quality Auto Sales at 625 East Vernon in Fergus Falls. You need to talk to one of those friendly, helpful guys at Quality Auto Sales. Dutz Domholtz or Paul Tisber. You need to see their lineup of quality used cars and trucks, and you need to remember this phone number, 739-3247. That's 739-3247. Quality Auto Sales, Fergus Falls. Need I say more?
All right, we're back again as Hillcrest will boot the ball away. They lead 20-3, surprisingly, here in the first half. They look like they're going to break it wide open. Bulldogs, an excellent-looking football team, but they have been unable to get in the end zone with the TD. Nilsson will kick it away. Nilsson forward, a high kick. It'll be picked up by Jeff Hallen. Hallen at about the 8, fumbles the ball, picks it up at the 10. He's at the 15, and he's going to get over to the 20 to about the 22-yard line. And the guy who really tripped him up there, got to get credit for the tackle, Mark Meyer. He tripped him, and he lunged forward into the grasp of another Comet. All right, ready to go again. Up over the ball. Deuce in the backfield, flank left. Three-man defensive front. Back to throw. There's a shot out on the side. Incomplete. Or complete, rather, and stepping out of bounds at the 30-yard line was Avery Sirjord. He just went down about 4 steps, squared to the outside, and Nelson hit him with a strike. And with 45 seconds remaining in the first half, timeout. Gary will be back in a minute.
Shop the big value brand name fashion collection for the entire family at Bostwick's. It's a fact, not just a slogan. Bostwick's buys better so you can. Bostwick's in the Westridge Mall, Fergus Falls.
If you've been considering the purchase of a new tractor this year, buy a new 40 to 275 horsepower John Deere tractor from Ebersviller Implement in Fergus Falls. No finance charges will accrue until March 1st, 1982. This same money-saving offer applies to all used tractors and new John Deere and used implements sold with the tractor. A limited time offer, so stop in at Ebersviller Implement.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Otter Tail Power says you can cut your heating bills on their controlled service rate. Call Otter Tail for more details.
Well, we're back again. It'll be a second down and about 2.5, 3 yards to go for the first down. Clock here in the first half now on the side of the Hillcrest Academy Comets, who lead it 20-3. And I don't know whether it's me or what, but they certainly seem to be taking long timeouts between these. These officials must have been working some games where they had TV. I doubt that. All right, ready to go as they toot on the tutor. Mind a lot of football tonight. The Otters will be at Litchfield. Craig Olson will have that one for you. Out of a double wing tee. Now, they've gone back to that set now. All right, now they set a screen on the side to Helen. Helen is going to be hit down on a beautiful tackle by Cavally as he gets to the 31-yard line. I wonder how long it's going to be before they'll do that and then throw downfield off of that, because Cavally came up very quickly. It was open down the near side. Somebody's going to pick that up. All right, ready to go. Nelson back to throw, squares it on the side, incomplete, intended for Gunderson. Tough for a right-hander to roll out left and throw the ball. You don't get planted. And it'll be third down and still, or fourth down, and about a yard to go. And we have 14 seconds remaining here on the scoreboard clock. Out of the shotgun this time, back to Nelson. Nelson looks. Nelson fires it downfield and incomplete. Pass was intended for Gunderson. Still have 8 seconds remaining on the scoreboard clock. And Hillcrest will take over at the 32-yard line. Well, we'll see if Martinson will crank a couple right here and try to get back on the board once more.
You only use 2.
All right, up over the ball comes Filling. Let's see how they line up. They'll line up in the wishbone. Short man in that wishbone is Bang. Martinson down underneath. Martinson barks him out. Martinson back to throw. Clock rolling there as he passed downfield. Incomplete. Boy, Dave Bang just goes right straight downfield. Split the defenders. And the pass a little bit overthrown, but he's pretty well covered back there, as back there on the play was Jerome Surjord, and along with him we got to look at Jeff Hallen. It'll be a second down. This will be the last play unless there's a penalty that occurs on this, as we have 2 seconds remaining. And you can bet your bottom dollar we'll look up in the air for this one. Bang goes in motion. Oh, and we're going to have a procedure, and that's just what we said, a penalty. That time Martinson was leaning back, waiting for Filling to snap him the ball. He looked like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Just kept leaning and never fell. But it cost him a procedure penalty, 2nd and 15. Last play of the first half. Hillcrest leading the Gary Bulldogs 20-3. Up over the ball now. Let's see how they line up. They deuce it in the backfield and flank on the left side with Mundus. And they look. Oh, and the pass is nearly intercepted. Good defensive play by Wentz as the first half ends. What they were trying to do was hit the end out there and then shoot the halfback around on a little flea flicker type thing. But Wentz did the job and knocked it down. Halftime score, it'll be Hillcrest 20, Gary 3. We'll be back in 1 minute.
This is 1250 Radio, KBRF, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. It's 2 minutes past 4 o'clock, 78 degrees downtown.
Fergus Motors is your area Chrysler Plymouth Dodge dealer across from the City Hall in Fergus Falls.
At Steenerson Lumber in Fergus Falls, you can be assured of always receiving the highest value products possible, including quality Ace paints and hardware, Star Mark cabinets, Armstrong and Owens Corning ceilings, Skill and Black & Decker power tools, also Anderson and Karadko windows. Steenerson Lumber also has complete plumbing and electrical departments, as well as full lines of lumber and paneling. Whatever your building or remodeling needs, ask the experienced personnel at Steenerson Lumber, your Ace hardware dealer, across from the fire department on East Washington Avenue in Fergus Falls.
All right, we're back again. Let's take a look at it. First of all, Gary came out in that double wing tee, the lone setback back there being the big fullback, Hallen. That'd be John Hallen. And they ran very effectively to the outside for the better part of that first period. Then the adjustment made by Hillcrest have cut that off now, and they've been able to get on the outside against the Hillcrest defense. On the other side of the fence, Hillcrest, of course, scored early with a big bomb, a 45-yard aerial from Martinson to Dave Bang at 4:16 of the first period. Their try for extra point on the run was no good, and that's the way it ended after one period. Then in the second period, Wentz hit a field goal of about 30 yards at 10:37, made it 6-3. Wold then went in from 2 yards out at 5:16, made it 12-3. Martinson plunged in, made it 14-3. Then Wold electrified the crowd with 1:11 to go in the first half with a 50-yard scamper down the far sidelines to make it 20-3. They tried on the run for the 2 extra points, no good, and at halftime, 20-3, the Hillcrest Academy Comets out in front of the Gary Bulldogs. We'll be back in 10 minutes with the second half. All right, ready to go as Hillcrest will go back deep with Mundus on the near side, Wold on the far side, and up short in the middle with Mark Bang. All right, there's the kick. It'll be picked up by Rognus, 25, up to the 30, over the 30 to the 33-yard line. Hit down at that point by Quentin Gunderson of Gary. On the 33, territory of the Comets. They'll come offensively at that point. Crowd just standing by, basking in the sunlight of a beautiful Minnesota fall afternoon. Hillcrest come out. They line up odd. Now they shift out of it into an even defense against the wishbone. There's a handoff to Wold. This time Wold gets back a yard short of the line of scrimmage. And the guy who really made the play was Gary Kalinowski, 185-pound senior. He slowed him up and then got a lot of help. Loss of about a half a yard. Don't ever think this ball game is over. I remember, I think it was about the last year of the Martinsons, or next to last, when 2 big aerials that Gary cranked. But they have never, I don't believe, beaten Hillcrest. All right, ready to go. There's the quarterback right up the middle, and Martinson gets over the 35 to the 37. Filling really went out and threw a block downfield on Jeff Hallen. It'll be a third down now and about 6 yards to go. A lot of time back in that huddle. Referee reaching for his hanky, and he won't pull it as they get up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the wishbone again. Set down. Ready to snap. There's a handoff to Bangs, and he's going to get up to about the 39, and that's it. Gunderson there to wrap him up, and Gunderson had a lot of help on that play from John Rowe. It'll be a 4th down and about 4 yards to go, 3.5 to 4. And going back in single safety will be their scat back, Jeff Hallen. He's back now at about the 10-yard line as Rognus will try to kick it away. He had a snap over his head one tonight. He's only back about 10 yards, not back very deep. All right, there's a snap, a high snap. He gets a high kick away, but it's not going to go very far downfield. It takes a Hillcrest roll, however, and rolls inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Downed over there by Mark Meyer, and also over there putting his hand on it was Dave Bang. Boy, I tell you, that kicked just about straight up in the air and then took the Hillcrest bounce. Well, let's see what changes now that the Bulldogs might have made at halftime. They've been running basically out of a double wing tee. They do the same thing. And there's a handoff. The ball is fumbled, and falling back on it is Nelson. John Hallen got through the line of scrimmage, had about a 3-yard gain, but then he coughed up that squealing pig, and Nelson fell on it back at about the 13. It'll be 2nd down and about 14 yards to go. All right, up over the ball. They line up in the deuce in the backfield, flank right, handoff, right up the middle, nothing, maybe a yard, and that's it. A whole host of red shirters in on that one. Wold is over there, also Mark Bang, and then a lot of other scarlet-clad guys. It'll be a 3rd down now and about 13 yards to go. Hillcrest defense since midway in the first period has been outstanding. Now they bring Gunderson in motion, pitch it out, try to get outside, and John Hallen is hit down as he gets to about the 18-yard line. Popping him out at that point on the play was Nick Mundus. And we're going to have a clipping penalty assessed right just about at the point of where the tackle was made. There's John Hallen, a 190 senior. Pretty good-looking football player. Runs hard. Both these clubs have a lot of excellent football players on them, and both very definitely should be in contention in their division. The penalty is declined, and that'll bring it up to 4th down. And they still have about 9.5 yards to go for the 1st down. Back in punt formation, Nelson. Wold in a single safety up at about the 27. The snap is good. The kick is blocked. And touchdown, I believe. They're fighting for it. And blocking the kick was number 32, Mark Bang. And it looked like number 86 came off the ball. That'd be Himdahl. Himdahl picks it up in the end zone for the touchdown. And that came at 8:18. Makes it 26-3. The block went to number 32. That'd be Mark Bang all the way. And neither of these teams going back very far to kick that football away. All right, 26-3. Hillcrest top side. Martinson has him set now in the wishbone. Barks him out. Martinson, hands off. Cavalier in with the 2 extra points. Hillcrest lead at 28-3. We'll be back in a minute.
The Northwestern banks of Fergus Falls want you to earn more for your money. So they introduced new high-yield 2.5-year savings certificates. The larger your deposit, the higher your interest rate, compounded daily and guaranteed through maturity. The time to invest is now while interest rates are still high. So stop by or call Northwestern Bank and find out the interest rate on your deposit.
Be your bank, oh bank, and you know
we're on your side.
Substantial penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC.
National Bushing and Parts is one of the largest suppliers of auto parts in the area, selling both wholesale and retail. Prices are right, variety is endless, and only top-quality auto parts and accessories are offered. National Bushing has complete expert machine shop service for the do-it-yourselfers and garage mechanics' major repair jobs. National Bushing and Parts in Fergus Falls also has one-day delivery on foreign car parts. National Bushing and Parts, 118 East Washington in Fergus Falls. Remember that name, National Bushing, Fergus Falls.
Well, the kickoff taken by Hallen at the back. Jeff Hallen about the 5-yard line, got it out to the 16 where he slid to the turf. As coming up to put the kibosh on him would have been Nick Mundus, but Mundus didn't have to lay a hand on him. 1st and 10 at the 16, territory of the Gary Bulldogs, and they've got to get something going. They're really down in this ball game. 28-3. Double wing tee, Nelson down underneath. And here they counter back. The ball is fumbled, and let's see who comes up with it. Recovered back there by Gary. Getting on the ball was Jeff Hallen. Boy, I tell you, Gary looks so good the first time in possession of the football. Since then, it's been a different story. The ball goes all the way back now to their 6-yard line. They're lined up in a shotgun. Let's see if they'll quick kick it. No, they won't. They run that screen, and it's complete. And try to get some running room. Getting out over the 10 and down to about the 12-yard line is John Hallen. Oh, what a dangerous pass at the goal line. But they got away with it, got out to the 12, and it'll be a 3rd down and still a long piece of property to go for the 1st down, as they've got to get all the way out to the 27-yard line. Well, across the way, Coach Gary Tenopy feeling that, well, we're down 28-3. There's no sense fiddle-faddling around. We're just going to try and get on the board. All right, they run out of a double wing tee again. John Hallen, the only back. There's that screen out on the side this time. And Gunderson gets out to about the 15, but I think we're going to see a face mask assessed against Hillcrest. 2 flags thrown on the play. Well, maybe we got offsetting penalties again. Illegal use of the hands, face mask, they offset. Well, they run the play over again. That's the second time in this ballgame we've seen major penalties offsetting. Unusual. 6:58 to go in the 3rd period. Hillcrest out in front of the Gary Bulldogs 28-3, and I think a lot of people will be surprised by that score. But off their performance today, Hillcrest, an excellent-looking 9-man football team, I'll tell you. All right, there's Nelson handing off, trying to get some room. Was Gunderson. He's going to get out to the 15, and that's all, and he's wrapped up there by Filling. Filling had help from Dan Rogness. Rogness not very big. He's a 145-pound senior, but I'll tell you, he's in on a lot of tackles. A real hard-noser. 4th down, Nelson back in punt formation. The last time Bang blocked it. That's Mark Bang. Wold back at about the 30. This kick, a high kick. Wold will pick it up at the 35. Near side to the 40. Now he cuts back into the middle, over the 35 and down to the 34 in the territory of... He's hit once, spins away, gets some running room. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. Hit down as he gets to the 21-yard line. John Hallen had a shot at him but couldn't bring him down. And Martinson rambles for the 1st down at the 21 in the territory of Gary. First and 10, 22, territory of Gary. They set in an even defense again. The wishbone, there the ball is nearly broken loose, and finally the quarterback Martinson is hit down. Never did go down. The hit stood up, but he's going to lose back to the 24-yard line. Couldn't quite get the handle on the ball. It kept trying to slide down his hip as if to get away from him. And finally, the Bulldogs just wrapped him up. Second down, 12 yards to go with 4:24 remaining in the third period. Hillcrest leading Gary, 9-man football, 28-3. All right, out of the wishbone again. They stack those two tackles with the linebackers right behind and stunt. Martinson rolls right. Martinson turns the corner. Martinson spins away from one tackle, gets inside the 20 at about the 17 or 18-yard line. Hit down over there by Scott Wentz. Wentz got a lot of help on the play from Joel Hermanson, and there's a yellow flag down at the 25. That would probably indicate that it's against Hillcrest. Yes, they're talking to the Bulldogs. Still discussing this. I don't think it's going to take much time discussing this one. Personal foul declined. It'll be a fourth down now and about 7.5 to go. All right, out of that wishbone. Coming in motion is Bang. Martinson back to throw. They set the screen out on the side. Overthrows Wold, incomplete. They had Stensrud out here on the near side for blockers. They had Jorrud out here on the near side, and also had Eric Simonson out here on the near side, but the pass well overthrown on the screen. And the Bulldogs will take over at their 19-yard line. They trailed 28-3. All right, double wing T again. Nelson the quarterback. John Helen the only setback. There's a pitch back. John Helen trying to get outside. Hit once, spins away, and is ridden out of bounds. The guy who really forced him to go back deep and loop around so he didn't make any yardage was Todd Hemdahl. He forced him to loop back, and then his teammates come up and put the kibosh on him. Loss actually of about 2 yards. Sometimes it isn't the guy who makes the tackle who has the great play. Hemdahl that time, as we said, forced him to loop back, and then his teammates come up and put the stop on him. We got 3:38 remaining in the third period. All right, ready again. There they run back with a little counter. Good defensive play that time on the corner, and I'll tell you, Dave Bang hitting him back at the 15-yard line as Gunderson tried to come around. They faked to Jeff Hallen going the other way, then brought the other flanker back around, and he was hit down at the, well, let's see, 14-yard line. I formation this time. Flank on the right side. Hand off to Gunderson. He's going to be hit down. He's not going to get anything. Lose a couple more. Over there on the play, Rognus. With Rognus, we see number 64 would be Tippy Stensrud. And also Cavalier. Nelson back in punt formation. I'll tell you, the Comet defense have really come to life since that first period. Nelson gets a high snap, gets a good kick away. Wold watches it bounce, and it'll roll dead at the 39. Touchdown there by Gunderson. We got about 30 yards on that kick. I don't know. Well, it probably is because their snappers cannot snap the ball that deep. But both these kickers are only back about 10 yards. They're asking to have someone run right up their belly and block that punt. First and 10 Hillcrest at the 39 in their territory. They already lead at 28-3. quickly up over the ball. Out of the wishbone. Martinson has been the quarterback all the way. Bangs, Cavalier, and Wold the backs. All right, ready to go. There's the handoff to Wold. Wold tries to get to the outside. Wold is going to juke by one and going to be hit down as he gets over the 40 to the 39. Coming over here is Gunderson. Gunderson assisted on the play that time by Kalinowski. Picked up a couple yards, 2nd down and 8. I tell you, with all the stunning that Gary have done in this ballgame, you got to give credit to that forward wall of Hillcrest for picking those stunts up and giving their ball carriers a chance to run. All right, ready to go again. Martinson barks him out. Martinson, Cavalier. Cavalier to the outside, spun down as he gets to the 38-yard line, and wrestling him down is John Rowe. 38 territory of the Bulldogs. 3rd down. 6 yards to go. Still 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period. Hillcrest fans just sitting by. I suppose you could use the word smugly satisfied as their club is in front, 28-3. I wouldn't blame them. Now we see an I formation with a flank on the left side and even again on the defense. Martinson barks him out. Martinson pitches back. Here's a quick kick. And let's see what kind of a roll it gets. It's not going to be a particularly good quick kick. It'll go out about the 14-yard line. We said it before the start of the ball game. If there's any part of the Hillcrest game that is weak, it's got to be their kicking game. Well, Gary will take over at their 15-yard line. Nelson at quarterback. I'll tell you, Gary have really lost their zip. All right, there's the handoff. And Big Helen, that's John, he gets over the 15 and out to maybe the 17-yard line. Gunderson, excuse us, Gunderson on that one, came back from that flank spot. Or the wing spot, I suppose we should call it. They split their 2 halfbacks just outside their ends. The lone setback normally is John Helen. This time they run out of an I with a flank left. Pitch is back to Jeff Helen. Jeff Helen's going to spin his way up to about the 18-yard line, and that's all. Cavalier in on a defensive play. And there's the end of the 3rd period with the score. Hillcrest 28, Gary 3. We'll be back in a minute.
Otter Tail Power says you can cut your heating bills with a combination electric and oil system. Ask Otter Tail for details.
Here's important money-saving news from Minnesota Motor Company. 13.8% financing on 1981 Chevy Buick and Cadillac cars, 1981 Chevy light-duty trucks, plus 1982 Cavaliers has been extended through September 23rd. Yes, Minnesota Motors' low annual percentage rate of 13.8 is still available. You can save hundreds of dollars in financing costs, and you can save plenty more with their year-end clearance prices. Hurry in now for a great Chevy, Buick, or Cadillac buy at Minnesota Motors, Fergus Falls.
Well, we're back again as the Bulldogs will come offensively. 3rd down, about 8 yards to go. There's a pitch back looking for a halfback pass, but instead Helen runs it to the right side. That's John. He's going to be hit down as he gets over the 15 to the 16-yard line. Dave Bang over there, banging him down. Tippy Stendrud coming over there to give him any help he might need. And we have a 4th down. He'll be forced to kick it again. Only one time, really, have the Bulldogs threatened in this ball game. They got a 3-pointer out of that on about a 30-yard field goal. There's a snap, the kick, an end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 35. Wold picks it up at the 32. Wold gets some running room down this side, but he's not going to get any place as Gunderson made a great play on him at the 29. Jeff Gunderson, 155-pound junior, wrestled him to the green grass. $11-17 to go in the ball game. A reminder again, if your high school football team is playing tonight, get out and see them. Beautiful fall weather here in Minnesota. Worth it just to get outside. All right, out of the wishbone. There's a hand up to Cavley. Cavley puts his head down. He's going to be stopped as he gets to the 34-yard line. Wentz in on the tackle. Along with Wentz, we see Sir George and also Jeff Allen. That would be Jerome Sir George. 2nd down and 5 yards to go. Hillcrest quickly up over the ball. Out of the I formation, flank on the left side. Now they overshift all the way across, protecting that strong side, and Hillcrest come back to the weak side and go to the 39. They overshifted with all their down men. The one on this near side was lined up just over the center, and Hillcrest just came back against that, and Cavalier came out to the 39. Enough for the first down. I've never seen that much of an overshift in the line. They really had it that time. Cavalier gets by that one guy. He's long gone. I in the backfield. Flank goes left. Even on the defense. Martinson, Cavalier. Cavalier spins his way through, breaks one tackle, down at the 31-yard line. Good run, Cavalier. Making the touchdown-saving tackle that time was Nick Gunderson, 165-pound senior for the Bulldogs of Gary. Enough for the first down. Cavalier not very big coming in as backs are, 160-pound senior, but he has a good sense of running. He picks the holes very well. I think really his strongest point, even besides his running, is his defensive play. He's a great man in the defensive secondary. Out of the I formation. Flank goes left. Martinson down underneath. Martinson hands off, and this time the handoff goes to Mundus, and Mundus is going to get inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line, and he's wrapped up right there by John Allen. Hillcrest now, of course, content with game control or ball control as they have 9-4 remaining, and they lead 28-3. Since midway in the first period, got to say it, it has been all Hillcrest. Out of the wishbone. Even on the defense again. They stunt behind those two tackles or guards, whichever way you want to call it. There's back to Cavalier. Cavalier to the outside, spins away and gets down to the 26. Good tackle there made by Jeff Hallen to wrap him up. Give him a couple yards. It'll be 3rd down now and about 5 yards to go. Boy, I tell you, this has got to be the first Friday night during the football season in many, many years that we've had a night off. Going to be nice to get away from this broadcasting business. Out of the wishbone. Even on the defense. Martinson barks him out. Martinson goes outside. He's going to pitch, fumbles the ball instead. They pile up on it. Let's see who's got it. Looks like Hillcrest covered again. It'll be a 4th down and about 8 yards to go as the ball now at about the 29. Mark Meyer coming in the ball game now. Cavalier comes out. Also Mark Bang coming out. They line up in a deuce in the backfield. Flank comes on the right side. Martinson down. Martinson pitches back. Here's a halfback pass. Fires it downfield and caught. Down at the 6-yard line, making the catch that time was Nick Mundus as he stepped right in front of the defender, and his first and goal at the 6-yard line. Mark Meyer, who is a quarterback in his own right, coming in, picking that off, and I'll tell you, he threw that like a loaf of bread, but it went down there, and wrapping it up down there was Mundus. He just stepped in front of the defender. High, down to the 6, first and goal. Handoff to Mark Bang. Mark Bang keeps going. He's in for the touchdown on a great, great second effort. Boy, I'll tell you, he was hit a half a dozen times, just stayed with it, and went in for the touchdown. That makes it 34-3. Bangs from about 6 yards out. Bangs is down. Apparently he got the wind knocked out of him. Or has he got some muscle cramps? They're flipping the toes up. It must be muscle cramp. He says, no, over here. It's not that leg. Well, that touchdown came with 7:05 to go in the fourth period, and certainly put frosting on the cake for Hillcrest. He's got leg cramps on top of leg cramps right now. That was a great run by him. And while they're attending to him, let's take 30 seconds and listen to this.
At Steenerson Lumber in Fergus Falls, you can be assured of always receiving the highest value products possible, including quality Ace paints and hardware, Star Mark cabinets, Armstrong and Owens Corning ceilings, Skill and Black & Decker power tools, also Anderson and Karadco windows. Steenerson Lumber also has complete plumbing and electrical departments, as well as full lines of lumber and paneling. Whatever your building or remodeling needs, ask the experienced personnel at Steenerson Lumber, your Ace hardware dealer, across from the fire department on East Washington Avenue in Fergus Falls.
All right, we're back again. They're still attending to Bangs. We've got those muscle knots on top of muscle knots out there. They're banging away on it. I'll tell you, they're smart. Get to be my age, about the middle of the night, about 12:30, all of a sudden you get one and you're hanging in the ceiling trying to get it to loosen up. And I know what it feels like. In fact, it's starting to hurt me already. Well, Hillcrest will be home again next week against Hewlin Hitterdal. And that, of course, will be a Southern Division contest, and it'll be homecoming here. I imagine Bill Kolbeck will have all his friends coming from Norway for that one. They're going to send him back over there and see if he can't learn 3 words in Norwegian. Still attending to Bangs, I'll tell you, he's got a baddie. And it's just just below the knee, and that really can tighten up tight. Dick Risbroot taking a look, says get him off the field. And it doesn't help much. You get up, they tighten up just as much. He's got that leg stuck out there. He's going to come off. You got to walk it off. There, he's got it. He bends down and it ties up on him again. Well, that's the first time we've done a play-by-play on a muscle knot. Great second effort on that run for the touchdown. And Hillcrest, we said, now leading at 34-3, trying to put some more on the board. Wold and Cavalier will be your 2 setbacks. And a quarterback now is number 14, Ray Seaver. And we got an encroachment called against Hillcrest. Well, either he lined up offside or his nose was long enough so it stuck into the encroachment area. The ball will come back out now to the 8, and he'll try the conversion from that point. Hillcrest have not tried to kick. They have run with everything. One thing about it, you get a 50% average on that, and it's as good as kicking it. All right, Seaver drops the ball. Now he drops back, picks it up, fires it down. The pass is intercepted on the far side by Gunderson. And with the score, 34-3, Hillcrest will go back for 30 seconds.
50 years of excellence. Boland's Lawn and Garden Tractors from Interstate Service, I-94 on the Wendell Road, Fergus Falls. Bostwick's buys better so you can. That's not just a slogan, it's a fact. Shop the brand name Big Value Fashion Collection for the whole family at Bostwick's in the Westbridge Mall, Fergus Falls.
Back again, Brad Erickson still over here watching. Brad, of course, who was the head coach at Rotse a year ago, and he remembers this field well. They came over here and just shelled the living daylights out of Hillcrest in the game that decided the division champion. Not the head coach this year, not because he did not want to or they didn't want him over there, but he did not have his coaching certificate, and he had to be relegated to an assistant job as Mark Hesse is now the head coach at the home of the unbeaten Rotse Tigers. Nilsson will come forward with a kick. High kick, not too deep. Jeff Hallen at the 12, far side, 15 to the 20, skips over one, goes down the sideline, and finally is hit down on a great run at the 33-yard line. He ran really with 3 appendages down because he had both feet going and he had a hand down on the ground to keep his balance. Good balance by the young fella as he gets out to the 33. I tell you, Gary, you have some excellent football players, and I tell you, attesting to that, the fact that Hillcrest have been able to stop them just gives you that much more credit to that Hillcrest crew. All right, ready to go. Out of the shotgun. Nelson drops back. Nelson fires it on the side. Incomplete. Off the fingertips of Jeff Hallen up at about the 39 in the territory of Hillcrest. Covering over on the far side would be Dan Rogness. 6:51 remaining in the ball game. And now the old ball game will really slow down because the Bulldogs will try to get something through the sky. They go back to Deuce in the backfield, flank left. Nelson rolls left. Nelson looks. Nelson flips it up. Complete. Good grab. And going out of bounds with the ball was Scott Wentz, 190-pound senior. He goes out at the 39 in the territory of Hillcrest. We had to wait for a moment until the official marked the spot down. Row up over the ball. They line up at a Deuce in the backfield. They put Jeff Hallen on a flank on the right side. Nelson hands off. John Hallen puts his head down, goes inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. First and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Hillcrest 33-yard line. 6 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Out of a Deuce again. Jeff Hallen goes as the flank on the right side, even on the defense. Rolling right, Nelson. Nelson cranks it out. Incomplete as it went in behind Wentz, the intended receiver. Pretty well covered over there. Rogness was over there. Along with Rogness was Dave Bang. It'll be a second down and 10 yards to go. See if we get some of these substitutions. Rick Nilsson is coming in. Stensrud getting a breather. Stensrud just fading away. All right, back in shotgun. There's that one laid up and incomplete. Knocked down nicely that time on the defense by Mundus. So we said Stensrud just fading away. He's down to 240 now. It'll be third down and still at 10 yards to go. Beautiful, beautiful fall afternoon, I'll tell you. I'll take a lot like this one. Out of the eye. or out of the shotgun rather. They double wing it. There's the pass out on the side intended for Jeff Allen, incomplete as they overthrow him down at about the 15-yard line. Over there covering was Dan Rogness. Taking a lot of time back in that huddle. We got a 4th down and 10 now with 6:13 remaining. Rowe leads them out over the ball. Gunderson flanks on the left side. Allen on the right. They go out of the shotgun, fire it down. There's the man there. But off the fingertips of Jeff Allen down at about the 10-yard line. And Hillcrest will take over at their own 33-yard line. Well, let's see if we can get all these guys. Seaver in the ball game at quarterback now. Try to pick up some of these guys. Number 60 is Steve Hagelin. And number 72 in there is Rob Johnson. That's a good old Scandinavian name. We can't blow that one. Seaver, the quarterback, barks him out. Seaver hands off, trying to find some running room, is Edelman. Troy Edelman, a 160 senior, will get back to the 35 and pick up about a yard. Number 33, that's Steve Lundy. Want to try and catch all these. Gary do not have that many. They do not have that much to substitute. Coming out on the near side, we get a look at Holonen. Lee Holonen, a 150 senior, as he flanks right side. Seaver back, Seaver hands off, and trying to get some running room, but there wasn't any with Steve Lundy, and he's hit down as he gets over the 35 and maybe to about the 36-yard line. Still 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. You know, I like the old days. Well, it wouldn't happen now, but in six-man football, if you got 45 points behind, they just hung it up and let you go home. All right, they run with a flank right, eye in the backfield. Seaver rolls right. Seaver likes to throw. Seaver throws complete on a good diving grab at the shoe tops by Edelman as he got inside the 40 to the 39 territory of Gary. Jeff Halland over there to put the stop on him. Clock rolls merrily along. Let's see, number 62 is Dyrud for Hillcrest. All right, Seaver back. Oh, and he's gone. He spins away from the tackle and then is really popped by John Allen at about the 38. Well, that will be Hillcrest now with a 4th down situation. They bring a punting unit in. Oh, excuse me, it's 1st down going the other way. They bring the first unit in on defense. Out of a deuce, flank right. Bulldogs with the ball. There's a handoff to John Hallen, nothing. First guy to get to him is Filling. And on the bottom of the stack, 240 pounds of Tippy Stensrud. Stensrud comes out, Filling comes out, back to throw Nelson, cranks it on the side, incomplete, intended on the far side for Avery Surroad. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what this one's all about. Well, Hillcrest probably trying to play with an extra man. Let's see what happens. Guys running in and out. The flag is down. Let's see what the signal is. Inadvertent drop of the flag. Well, we've had just about everything. Have to take it home and have his wife patch the hole in his trousers so the flag doesn't fall out. I formation, or shotgun, shotgun. Back to throw is Nelson. Nelson out on the side, Gunderson. Hit just as the ball gets there on a good defensive play by Chris Danielson. Third down and 9 yards to go. 4:12 remaining. 34-3. Hillcrest have it all wrapped up over the Gary Bulldogs. Hillcrest homecoming here next Friday as they will entertain the Spartans of Ulen Interdal. Back in the shotgun. Nelson going to throw that screen again. And nearly intercepted this time.